Hello everyone, Troy A, Shadowwingtronics, here for day 10 of the world building project. I had commitments yesterday that kept me off of it, and today you're probably wondering why you're looking at my face instead of my drawings, which is still back there on the my art desk there. I kind of had some thoughts today when I was thinking about taking the plans I showed you in an earlier video and how to work them into the final project. I started thinking that I may be overthinking some areas and underthinking a few others, and I'm kind of rethinking the design of Workshop 25. Here's the thoughts that I'm having. First off, the things that I want to put in there, I still want to put in there. I still need a workshop area, a food prep area. I need a place for them to sleep, a place for them to relax, and of course, the grand. They have the grand tree there. That's they're supposed to be protecting. But I'm kind of thinking the layout that I had may not have been accurate. I think I can drink a water. I'm sorry. Okay, that should be better. So when I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I think I may have drawn the work tables too large for the setup. First off, I don't think I was really thinking of things in scale, which I think is probably my biggest mistake going through the whole thing. I mean, I want to give the elves, the bedroom is pretty much a place to sleep, maybe relax, maybe read a little, maybe they've got a tablet and they can watch some TV on the tablet, or because they're Christmas elves, their whole lives revolve around making toys unless they do something else. Like, I want to have cooks, I want to have there's probably a dentist out there somewhere. I never thought of making the rooms too big. Just a small little place for them to relax and sleep, and then having an area where they shower. And of course, there's a men's section and a women's section. But I've got to think about how many elves are actually doing the toy making in here, knowing that this workshop is mostly just helping out while they're monitored to see where Christmas is in danger. Knowing, of course, that they're not all exclusively toy makers. And this, because in the arrangement I have all these different workshops where all the elves work together. And 25 just happens to be the elves that protect the grand tree and become Captain Yuletide. So I've got to be thinking things like, how does it all work? Slightly here. Well, maybe. But I've got to think about, what's the ideal work area, rest area, and I'm wondering if there's a way, basically I need to rethink my scale. That's where everything is coming from. Is it possible that I could put all of the relaxation stuff down in the basement and still have the 2 layers? Because I also got to think, when the grand tree calls them in, if the tree takes up the entire 2 stories of the workshop, and if I have the thing I guess it's kind of a deck almost going around it, is everybody going to be able to see the tree and be able to see the holographic messages and everything else that it does? Obviously, they'll be able to see on the top floor, but everybody on the bottom floor, which is where all the work is getting done and where they are most of the time, are they going to be able to see the same thing as the people on the rest area? If everybody's downstairs, I figure that they'll all come running up anyway if there was an emergency, like some late night Christmas thing. Also, I'm trying to think about if there may be a day shift and a night shift. Do they share rooms? Will they actually have their own room, or would it be more like a set of beds that they sleep on? I'm still kind of pushing towards everybody having their own room and, you know, work a day, sleep at night, but still somebody will get called up to become Captain Yuletide in case there's a nighttime emergency or something happening inside. But the thing is, I can kind of play that game. Thing is, do I even need to actually have the layout for the room stuff? Because, you know, is something actually going to take place down there? Because so far, all the stories, with the exception of issue 3, because of it was an origin thing, usually starts in the workshop with the elves doing their work. But who's to say that I couldn't do it, have the story take place in a rec area, or somebody waiting for their food, or, you know, wait. I don't know if I'd ever wake them up, come out of bed, because, like, you have to consider maybe, yeah, they do sleep and stuff, so these things exist. But how much do I actually need to have laid out? How much am I going to make a proper layout in order to maximize the space? So you figure this thing's probably about the size of a 2-story warehouse. And like, how much of that area is really going to be devoted just to toy making? Because it's not like it's the only workshop. There's, as the population grows and the number of kids grows, there's probably more than 25 right now. You know, there may have been 25 when the whole Captain Yuletide thing started, but now there's more kids, so there'll be more workshops. There's probably 27 or 28. So there's a lot of workshops taking the burden, and more elves making toys and all that. I haven't really thought that far ahead, but that's kind of the question. I need to figure out a way to design things, come up with a scale image idea of the average elf height. I mean, obviously not Zek or Wyatt, but average elf height. Compare it to the doors of the building. Then compare it, and from there, figure out how big the building is and how the layout should actually go. And that's going to be quite a bit of thinking. So I may work on that tomorrow, or I may start finally shifting over to the writing section of this project and doing the lore or the character profiles of the elves I've already created and villains I've created, and maybe come back to the workshop. And then I'm also starting to rethink Bryce and Belle's cave. How much are they actually going to have there? Because I was kind of thinking in human terms, because I found it funny, but I'm wondering, would they actually be thinking more in reindeer terms? Like, are they really going to have a bedroom? You know, just because humans may not be a thing they would have. They may just have, you know, you come in and there's maybe have a TV or a radio, so they can have a thing where they're listening to the news or something. And maybe have a sitting area but it may actually be more like a studio apartment than the house I was creating. You know, like maybe they have a bathroom for elf visitors, but I'm thinking maybe they wouldn't have all these extra areas. But I also I'm putting in my cave, so I kind of want to play with. See, I'm thinking that maybe I haven't really thought out the workshop and the cave quite as much as I thought I had. So I think what I might do is I might pull away for a while and start rethinking those, but still working on the lore that I already know in my head that I want to create and transfer down, and then come back to the workshop in the cave, and not at the end of this project, and still over time. And world building is already not going to end at the end of the month. And this, it's the project is not so much about creating everything and that's that. It's about creating the framework, and then as I continue to make more issues, I will build more on the framework, creating more characters and more backstories. Maybe some other lore ideas will come up that hopefully doesn't contradict what's already come out. I don't want to be Jeff Johns here. But I really want to take and really create this idea out and kind of build on this. Create just the framework that I can build off of later. That's the whole point of starting the production book, and then and then I'll build on things as we go on. So I've got the establishing shot set up for Workshop 25. I might want to do one for Bryce's Cave, and then pull back a bit and really start thinking about how everything is actually going to be laid out. Would Bryce and Bell have a multi-layer cave? How big is Workshop 25 actually, and what best utilizes the space and complements the number of elves? My original thought was having 25 elves, but that's kind of the thing I'm thinking about. Do I need a layout? Like, how much am I overthinking? How much am I underthinking? And that's stuff that I want to kind of keep processing on this part. So I think I am going to start doing profiles in lore, getting to the writing parts of these projects, and then come back to this when I have a better idea of just what it is I want to do. Because the characters I already know, because these are characters that I've already used, and there's a few other minor elves that I might put in there later on that just don't have names, and give them personalities. Actually, White doesn't have much of a personality, but I do have kind of a grumpy old elves, like, things were better back in the toys in my days. Yeah, sure, that sort of character. And I want to give him a name. I don't know if he'll ever become a Captain Yuletide. Could be fun. It could be something to explore with his character, but as it stands right now, I've come up with storylines for the next 2 comics, so I'm at least good for the next 2 years. I just have to kind of flesh them out into a scripted layout and character design. And I don't even know what kind of elf I want for the next story. The story after the one that I'm doing, hopefully this year. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to. So you've kind of caught me as I'm trying to decide what to do, and now I've decided. I am going to put the workshop design on the back burner, and I might do like the establishing shot for the cave or something, and then I'll just put them in the book until I've decided how I actually want the layouts to look. And then I'll go and I can always pull them out of the sleeves and design those layouts. So that's what so this project is going to shift over to writing phase for a while. So a lot of the reports are going to be me. I'm not sure how I'm going to report it. Do I take and tell you the story of that I'm going to do? Do I do a dramatic reading? Do I do a brief summary? I mean, obviously, I'm going to also talk about why I came up with the lore that I did. So, how would you guys like to? How would you guys like to hear about it? Because the lore might go on might be a long read. So, do you want a quick summary? knowing that I also have to include, well, this is why I came up with this or that idea. And so let me know how you think I should go about it. Dramatic read or a quick summary, and then going into my thoughts. Not a way I'm going into my thoughts, so consider that too. But that's my report for today. Hopefully, I have something to report tomorrow. But until then, hope you found this interesting. If you're curious to read Captain Yuletide, it's up on my website, bwspotlight.com, along with articles, comics, and videos, including Jake and Leon, which kind of means I may not have reports on Saturday because I'm wrapping up that comic and doing photo shoots for articles for the clutter reports. So there may not be reports done on Saturday, which means there wouldn't be a report on Sunday. But there will be reports hopefully the rest of the week. Hopefully I won't be stopped from working on this. But if you want to check out all my stuff, it's bwspotlight.com. And I've got more projects coming. And till then, I wish you all happy creating.